Moving on to our next story. Good evening, and welcome to our evening news broadcast. In a statement that's making waves around the globe, President Trump has announced that he will keep the Strait of Hormuz open for the world, including China. This critical waterway is a major shipping route for oil, and the president's decision is seen as a move to maintain global energy stability. Additionally, the president has unveiled plans to ease oil sanctions in an effort to lower energy prices. This move is likely to have significant implications for the global economy and will be keeping a close eye on developments. The president's decision has been met with a mix of reactions, with some hailing it as a pragmatic move, while others have raised concerns about the potential consequences. Moving on to our next story. Good evening, and welcome to our evening news broadcast. We're coming to you live from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, where oil futures have taken a significant hit after comments made by former President Donald Trump. The remarks, which were made earlier today, have sent shockwaves through the energy sector, causing oil prices to slide. Meanwhile, Dow futures are edging up, as investors cautiously await the latest developments. We'll continue to monitor the situation and bring you updates as more information becomes available. The remarks, which were made earlier today, shockwaves to the energy sector, causing oil prices to slide. Moving on to our next story, in a dramatic turn of events, Australia has granted asylum to 5 Iranian soccer players who faced backlash in their home country after refusing to sing along to the Iranian national anthem. The decision came after a lengthy operation and significant international pressure, including from the United States. The players' silent protest was seen as a bold statement against the Iranian government, and their bravery has now been rewarded with a safe haven in Australia. The late night visa approval is a significant development in this story, and we will continue to follow it closely. Moving on to our next story, welcome to our sports update, where we're breaking down the latest moves in the NFL. The Las Vegas Raiders have made headlines with their record breaking deal for center Tyler Linderbaum. At first glance, it may seem like a hefty price tag, but our analysis suggests that there's a clear logic behind this payday. The Raiders are clearly looking to strengthen their offense, and Linderbaum's skills make him an excellent fit. But that's not all. We're also seeing some interesting developments with the Colts, who are making some tough decisions about their wide receiver lineup. And in other news, Kenneth Walker III is making his way to the Chiefs. We'll dive into all the details and what these moves mean for the teams involved. Moving on to our next story. Good evening, and welcome to our Moving on to our next story. Good evening, and welcome to our breaking news segment. We have some disturbing footage coming out of Iran, where a deadly strike hit a girls' school, resulting in significant loss of life. New evidence, including video footage published by the investigative journalism group Bellingcat, suggests that the U.S. may have been behind this devastating attack. The footage appears to show a Tomahawk missile, a type of cruise missile used by the U.S. military, striking a compound adjacent to the school. Despite growing evidence to the contrary, former President Trump has doubled down on his claims that Iran was to blame for the attack. This development has significant implications for international relations and raises questions about accountability. We will continue to follow this story and bring you updates as more information becomes available. Moving on to our next story, good evening and welcome to our live coverage of the 2026 World Baseball Classic. We've got some exciting updates for you tonight as Team USA has taken down Mexico in a thrilling matchup. Meanwhile, all eyes are on Japan, but fans were surprised to see that Shohei Ohtani was not in the lineup for their final pool play game. We'll be bringing you all the latest news and updates from the tournament, so be sure to stay tuned for more. The energy is electric, and we can't wait to see what the rest of the competition has in store. Moving on to our next story, good evening, and welcome to our evening news broadcast. Tonight, we're taking a closer look at the recent controversy surrounding actor Timothée Chalamet's comments about ballet and opera. In a surprising turn of events, Chalamet's statements have ruffled feathers in the arts community, leaving many to wonder what he really meant. According to reports, Chalamet made some remarks that have been perceived as dismissive or disrespectful towards these traditional art forms. As a result, many are speaking out against the young actor, accusing him of being insensitive or uninformed. We'll continue to follow this story and bring you updates as more information becomes available. For now, it seems that Chalamet's words have struck a chord, and the debate is far from over. Moving on to our next story, good evening, and welcome to our continuing coverage of the NFL free agency. We're now on day 2 of the 2-day negotiating period, and the action is heating up. Teams are making moves, and we're seeing some big names being tossed around in rumors and discussions. We'll be tracking all the latest developments, from signings to trades, and bringing you the updates as they happen. Who will be the big winners and losers in this year's free agency? We'll be analyzing all the moves and what they mean for the teams and the players. Stay with us for all the latest news and updates. Moving on to our next story, good evening, and welcome to our evening news broadcast. We're coming to you live from the nation's capital, where a new controversy is brewing. It appears that House Republicans are at odds with the Trump administration over the party's agenda. While the White House is pushing for a focus on Trump's Doral Resort, House Republicans would rather prioritize affordability, tackling the issues that matter most to American families. Meanwhile, in the Senate, some Republicans are taking a stand in defense of mail voting, a move that could have significant implications for the upcoming elections. As the debate rages on, one thing is clear: the GOP is facing a critical test of unity and vision. We'll be keeping a close eye on these developments and bringing you updates as more information becomes available. Good evening, this is Ruby. You're watching 24 TV, and we have breaking news. Good evening, and welcome to our live coverage of the 2026 World Baseball Classic. We've got some exciting news for you tonight, as Team USA has just beaten Mexico in a thrilling match. Meanwhile, all eyes are on Japan, but fans will be disappointed to hear that Shohei Ohtani is not in the lineup for their final pool play game. We'll be bringing you all the latest updates and scores, so be sure to stay tuned for more on this developing story. The energy is electric here, and we can't wait to see what the rest of the tournament has in store. Moving on to our next story. Good evening and welcome to our evening news broadcast. We're coming to you live with the latest updates from the world of sports, specifically the Washington Commanders. As the team navigates the 2026 free agency season, rumors are swirling about potential new additions to the roster. It's day 2 of the legal tampering period, and fans are eagerly awaiting any news about the team's plans. The Commanders have been busy, but so far, nothing has been officially announced. We'll continue to bring you updates as more information becomes available. For now, it seems like the team is taking a cautious approach, weighing their options carefully. We'll be keeping a close eye on the situation and bringing you all the latest developments. Moving on to our next story, good evening, and welcome to our evening news broadcast. We're coming to you live with some extraordinary economic news out of China. According to the latest figures, China's export growth has accelerated at a staggering rate, far exceeding expectations. In the first 2 months of this year, Chinese exports soared by an impressive 22%. This unprecedented growth has put China's shipments on a record path, with the country's trade sector experiencing an unprecedented boom. However, this remarkable growth was abruptly disrupted by the recent US and Israeli strikes on Iran, which have sent shockwaves through the global trade landscape. The impact of this conflict on international trade is still unfolding, but one thing is certain: China's impressive export growth has been put to the test. We'll continue to monitor the situation and bring you updates as more information becomes available. Moving on to our next story, we have some significant news in the world of K-pop, as Belift Lab has just announced that Heesung is leaving the popular boy group ENHYPEN. But don't worry, fans, Heesung isn't going far. He'll be staying with Belift Lab, but this time as a solo artist. That's right, Heesung is set to embark on a solo music career, and we can't wait to see what he has in store for us. Meanwhile, ENHYPEN will continue to perform and produce music, but now as a 6-member group. We wish Heesung all the best on his new solo journey, and we're excited to see what the future holds for both Heesung and ENHYPEN. Moving on to our next story, good evening and welcome to our evening news broadcast. We're coming to you live with a developing story in the world of sports, specifically the NFL. The Dolphins